Hi, my name is Michael, aka Forever Chen, a rapper that grew up in Canada. I started writing songs specifically in 2019 because of the competition that I joined, the Rap of China. And afterwards, while I was competing, I got a pretty good placement. So I was top 6 and I also got the Best Performance Award for the night. And that's what inspired me to keep going. That kind of built my momentum, that kind of gave me more confidence to tell me that not only rap in English has a potential, but rapping in Chinese and Mandarin also is a very, very big industry. The most challenging things about in a rap song for me personally would be coming up with extremely good lyrics, because I think lyrics are very important. You know, they're like the body, soul, mind, and at the same time too, you got to combine all of these together to create a certain type of unique music. But the market currently is very saturated for rap and hip hop. So no matter English, no matter Mandarin, Chinese, there's a lot of already very unique styles, very excellent styles already out there. So I really mainly focus my time on developing lyrics, and I find that the most challenging, because a lot of punchlines, we call it punchlines, so basically a line that hits you towards the heart, towards the core. Very difficult to come up with these days, because you can hear most of these punchlines already in many songs, like snap of a finger, call it Thanos, you know, like very basic terms, right? So that's not something that would hit the audience as hard. You have to really think and make it make your lyrics have more substance. So how I balance myself as an artist with the integrity affiliated with the music industry, because the music industry, yes, it has a lot of deep waters. There's a lot of things you have to be aware of. I think self-awareness is very important, because sometimes you're gonna hit certain standards and lines that, you know, might affect your own personal values and morals, and you might have to bend those for things that you want to achieve, right, at the end of the day. So for a lot of artists, I think they run into trouble and struggling with that. For me, how I personally handle it is I don't make money using music, because at the end of the day, most people would bend a knee and also at the same time be affiliated with the music industry because it's so related with the value of currency itself. But for me personally, I have many side hustles. I do insurance, I do I'm in the telecom industry for internet, I also run a studio. So for me, money is not the motivation to make music. And at the same time too, this is how me personally handle my own integrity, because there's no other sources that can affect me, because I don't make a living, right, by creating this type of music to please the audience or please the record labels, you could say, right? I make it because I'm happy and I'm positive about the music that I create for the world, and I hope it has a positive impact. So that's how I hang on to my own integrity. In terms of compromises, I have made a lot of compromises in the past, but for me, those compromises are more about discipline, are more about respect, are more about learning more and more as a student, because the more in depth you learn about the music industry, the more there is to it. You always only know the tip of the iceberg. Just when you finish that part, you think you're on the next level, you're back at the tip of the iceberg. So that's the compromises I have made. I have to make myself more disciplined to learn more about the music industry. So one of the most influential artists, an artist that I myself listen to a lot and who has inspired me, is a rapper that goes by the name of Hopsin, Hopsin. And the main reason for Hopsin is because it's the same thing, you know, that I mentioned previously with the other question, is that for your own artist integrity, I think Hopsin never sold himself to the industry for monetary gains or just to please the audience, but instead he chose to put decades of work into his craft, into his music, and really build a fan base for himself. And the people who like him will like him, the people who hate him really hate him. But I love him because of his lyrics, the flow he brings, and the realistic stories that he brings personally to himself. It's gone me through a lot of dark times. So for me, Hobson is the person that really inspires me because his lyrics are so similar to some of the situations that I go through personally in my own circumstances. So Hobson, yeah. Yeah.
In the future,
In the future, absolutely, I see a lot of potential with many artists. So there's artists such as that goes by the name of Yeat, Y-E-A-T. He makes a lot of rage genre music, and for those who are unfamiliar, it's basically a type of music that gets a crowd very hyped, and at the same time too, not only hyped, because Yeat's created in such a unique way that it's its own style now. It's kind of when we seen the drill genre music in New York when Pop Smoke just came along and arrived. So I see a lot of potential in rage. I see a lot of potential in the drill scene as well, because now drill, expanded as well, because there's many different drill beats. And now the drill scene itself has brought to the hip-hop industry a lot of new features, a lot of new possibilities, because it could combine itself with many type of different instrumentals such as Afro beats. So you're gonna get a lot of mixtures, and you're gonna have UK drill, you're gonna have Chicago drill, you're gonna have New York drill, and you're gonna have Afro beats with the drill sound. It's very impactful, and I see a lot of potential of all these genres. And me personally, myself, I want to take some of these music that I listen to back to home, back to China, back to representing the people. My suggestion for anybody who wants to go into the hip-hop industry or the music industry in general is to follow your heart. At the end of the day, the fame, the money, it's all nice, but at the end of the day, that doesn't dictate who you are. I think there's no value and no amount of money that could amount to a man's value, a man's words, and his self-respect. So at the end of the day, I feel like for you as an artist, for you to really have your songs commemorate, and at the same time too, allow the audience to feel what you're really striking towards them, to their heart, to get to their soul, you have to be authentic. And authenticity comes from becoming the best version of yourself and becoming as real as you can with yourself, and reflecting even on some of your mistakes in your past and communicating that with your audience so that they can share the same stories. And that's how I share the same connection with Hobson. I think that's my main advice, is just be real, be yourself. That's my main advice getting in the music industry. Yo, 要不要来一段 freestyle？ 他听到我的话，他知道我今天还为刘海特别打扮了 hairstyle. So shout out my man Thomas putting me in front of the camera. You already know we doing an interview right now. That's Canada. So please, if the professor listen to my lecture, this come out like human nature. You better understand that. You better give him a 5-star, because I'm spitting all these bars, and the next time you already know I might sign you up for Elon Musk and take you to Mars. You heard?